This is the third time I started the go button on this one. I keep flubbing up. Okay, I'm going to see if I can tie a few concepts together here that I think may be helpful to my own clarity of understanding, and that hopefully or maybe will be yours to yours as well. Namely, the precognitive information that's been coming through my OBEs most recently, and that is still continuing. Yesterday morning, I just had another. And something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, because there's still a lot of clarification in my own awareness as to what's happening and why during this particular thing that happens, which is when I shift from this reality into another reality, my consciousness is most often merged with the consciousness of another soul lifetime, another timeline. Both. I'd say on average, about 15% of the time, I think to look to see who I am in an experience, I'm me, Casey. The other 6 of the 7 times, I'm someone else. And this is fascinating. I've not grown into any sort of clarity as to why I shift into these lifetimes, or what I'm there to do, or what information there in those experiences is for me, or for my benefit here in this particular physical reality. It's just a fascinating thing. And before I get going, I'll just mention that I've been quite a few interesting different people. The very first time I had the courage to look to see who I was, I looked at my reflection in a window. And I was a very tall, like 7 foot, long, white-haired, white-bearded wizard person. Just extraordinary, just extraordinary. One time I'm trying to figure out how I will word this. Let me say a golden-hued sex goddess. Which I say because I happen to have shifted into the particular event where I was this person during the act of lovemaking. So that was interesting. Another time I was sort of a short, very thin, attractive, Tiny Tim looking man. And just many others. Trying to see if any others come immediately to mind. Those are the 3 that I've mentioned before, and that continue to come forward, probably because they were some of the first that I saw. And the others were, I did not necessarily see the face, but I would look down and see that I wasn't me. I'm beginning to glean a little bit about why this particular thing is of importance, or tied to, or related to these precognitive events that I've been experiencing. Something in here wants me to go into something that I don't see how that it ties in, but I'll go into it anyway. It's about the concepts of reality and dream, and the fact that here now, as I'm talking to you, I use these terms interchangeably, synonymously, for very good reason. And something here is wanting me to put this through to you. So let me dive right in. In physical matter reality, we tend to set the concept of reality apart from the concept of dream. And I see this as being for one very important reason, one very good reason, and that is we are consciously present during what we call reality, and we're not consciously present for what we call our dreams. However, once you become or begin waking up in your dreams, once you start becoming consciously present in your dreams, those ones that you're having in the night while you're laying there in your bed with your eyes closed, once you begin becoming consciously present in them, they begin to be your reality, because you are consciously present and experiencing them in the same way that you're consciously present and experiencing what you are in this particular environment that you wake up into each morning. So that's one reason I use them synonymously. I'm consciously present here and experiencing this, and I'm consciously present and experiencing those all. So they're on a level playing field in my mind, in my experience. They're on a level playing field, so I no longer set them apart. I use them interchangeably. Also, there's one very important thing that begins happening when you begin waking up in your dreams. When you begin becoming consciously present and experiencing them, is there is the awareness while you are there of being in dual locations. There's the awareness that you have a body in a bed somewhere, and there is the awareness that there's a body here now in this environment experiencing this. So you realize you're in two places. In this, you also realize, because you're laying down in your primary reality with your eyes closed, that the environment all around you must be your mind. You realize you're in mind. And this is important because in the physical reality, because you're only aware of the one reality frame, and it's an objective or physical experienced reality frame, there is the tendency to see mind as in you, in the person or personality construct you're experiencing yourself as. Whereas this is the reverse from the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is what you begin to discover when you begin to wake up in your dreams, when you begin to experience yourself in more than one location. And that is that you are in mind, not the other way around. You are the little point where your body seems to be within this very large thing all around you, which extends as far as the eye can see and beyond, which is mind. You realize that everything that you see, everything that is appearing in mind. Now this is important because although it's key to see that when you start waking up in your dreams begin to be considered as reality because you're present for them and experiencing them fully again, just as you are here. It's equally as important to be able to consider that when you wake up to begin your day each morning, you're still dreaming, that this is still dream. So it's important to be able to use the words interchangeably for one very important reason, and that is because the physical mind will tend to feel and clearly see that anything is possible in a dream, but not so in reality, right? Because in our physical matter reality, we're experiencing a particular rule set, that says things like you can't levitate up into the air, and that you can't hear other people's thoughts or connect with them in non-physical ways. Our reality says you can't do these things. And so to begin being able to not just see that dreams are equivalent to what you now call reality, it's important to be able to see that what you call reality is also a dream, a vision, a visual landscape. And that's because in dreams, anything can happen. So it extends your current range of what's possible, which inevitably extends your current range of experience, because you begin stepping into these things that were impossible in your previous reality, again, because of the rule set. But you begin exceeding the rule set. You begin shifting into a reality that is beyond it, that has a different sort of rule set. All right, what that has to do with what I wanted to talk about in the first place, I have no idea, but let's dive into this precognitive information that's been coming through, and this consciousness merging with other lifetimes. I want to tie these in together, because in my most recent precogs, if you've been listening in on the videos, you know that they've been intense. They've been, tsunamis. They've been witnessing well, I'm not going to go into that yet. I've been wondering why I'm shifting into these realities where there are tsunamis. And in the tsunami, I experienced fully. I did not look down at me to see if I was Casey or another person, and that's unfortunate. But I have a feeling I was not Casey. I have a good feeling I was another lifetime. My soul is living. And I have a feeling I was there to do exactly what I did. As the wall of water was rising, I realized I was in a projection. And my energy there merged in the consciousness of this other person. That knowing, that energy was available to that person as this experience was happening. Meaning me knowing and feeling what I did wasn't available knowing and feeling within the consciousness of the person that I was merged with in the experience. And that was probably somehow helpful to that person. So this is what I'm gleaning right now. That because I, in my waking reality, have these moments where it's no longer feeling like I'm in a physical matter reality. It's feeling like there is a consciousness merging with me that knows it's not in a physical reality, and that's coming through into my feeling, in the way that I'm experiencing the environment all around me. And things happen. Like I can see things. My range of vision goes much further. Sometimes I get 360 vision. Sometimes I bilocate, or have the feeling of bilocating. Anybody who has woken up in a dream or projected or gone out of body knows that there's a particular feeling associated with it. There's a knowing, an experience, and feeling. And I'm starting to get that right here in my PMR. And I'm starting to get That is because just like I am shifting into these realities and merging my consciousness with the consciousness of other people in other lifetimes, other consciousnesses are doing that with me here as well. And what they're knowing, experiencing, and feeling is information that is available to me that I can draw from right here where I am. And it's an absolutely incredible thing, and that's somehow helpful to me. And yes, it's somehow helpful to me because I'm shifting out of this PMR to another. And their consciousness merged with me right here, and this one is helping me do it right here from this physical matter reality. And so, you know, there's a lot here. I know that it seems true. I don't know if it is, but it seems true that if the soul, the total self here, being me, Casey, here in this lifetime, is being others in other lifetimes, where particular things are happening, like a tsunami, there is a particular likelihood of that event being associated with this particular lifetime as well. Not that those things will actually happen or come to be fully manifest here, but they are, there's a relationship and a particular likelihood of those things happening here as well, in some way, shape, or form, you know. And, you know, at what level that these come to be manifest, who knows? I don't know yet. But those lifetimes I'm shifting into, those are real. Real as this one. If this physical matter reality is considered a reality, then those are also realities. They're on level playing field. They're the same. They're not opposed. This isn't real and those are unreal. Just the tip of the iceberg here. Just the tip of the iceberg. I could go on with suppositions, but I'm going to suspend myself right here in what's actually coming through my system, as it's coming through my system. And we'll see what happens. Again, as I'm just gleaning these ideas, as they're coming in more fully, my OBEs, the feeling and the depth of experience within them is changing dramatically right now. And I'll go into the precog that happened yesterday morning at some point soon, probably next, because I want to catch it before something else happens and I lose it.